Mitchell Falls, here we come. Oh, well, I've got to be honest, I could have done without that. Everyone says this road's really bad, and yeah, they're not lying. So we're all booked on the flight, just got the lowdown, the flight briefing. Kids are super duper excited, as to be expected. Absolutely spectacular. And we're going to fly over it in a helicopter in about 15 minutes. Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another episode. We left the Pentecost free camp this morning, crossed the river, which was awesome, the iconic Pentecost River, and our destination today is about 250 k's. We're going to Drysdale station, and on the way we're stopping in at Ellenbray for their famous scones. Yep. For breakfast. Everybody's said that we've spoken to that from Pentecost to Ellenbray, I think it was, is the worst the corrugations on the Gibb River Road. The rocks are quite sharp. It wasn't really that bad for what we've done so far. No. Is what it is. Drive to the conditions, let your tyres down. Anyway, we got scones to get. Let's go. If karma's true, then our good deed for the day has been done. We just spent, what, 45 minutes an hour helping this couple who had a massive blowout because of that water crossing you've just seen. They destroyed their rim, and that tyre, someone's placed that tyre there. Their friends who also destroyed their rim at exactly the same spot. They're travelling in convoy. So they're blocking off the right-hand side of that water crossing as we're approaching. The left-hand side's fine. But yeah, old mate, he had a bottle jack, but he couldn't get it underneath his suspension. So using my bottle jack and his bottle jack in tandem, we could sort of jack up the caravan to the point where we could get another jack underneath the suspension and get it up to change him out. But yeah, it's munted. Like that rim was destroyed, absolutely destroyed.
Absolutely shit.
Yeah, and just as we were driving away, or about to pack up and push on, he goes, right, what do you want? And I said, no, nothing. No, he goes, no, I've got to give you something. He goes, I can't even have a beer with you because we're travelling in opposite directions.
I know, that would have been fun to have a beer with, I think.
I was like, no, because, you know, hopefully we'll pay it forward, and when we're on the side of the road, someone will stop and help us out when we need. Yeah. Anyway, as we've been told, onto the scones, yeah. As we've been told, the Gibb River Road is a caravan / tyre shredder.
We're 70 k's in.
Yeah.
Onto the gravel.
70 k's to the gravel. Anyway, onward and forward to the scones, because I am so hungry now. We'll take all the scones, please.
Yeah.
Delicious jam.
Is it good, is it?
Jam's always good.
So this place is like a little oasis, hey? It's beautiful. You come in like the rugged, harsh landscape, and then you come to like their grounds and their kitchen and the little coffee shop. It's beautiful.
Pretty cool.
It's absolutely stunning. So you were telling me, you want to tell us the story of the scones? Why?
Oh, I think I got it right. I don't know. I think they used to make them all by hand, and then someone came and visited one time and loved them.
Because she'd have to get up like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And then they sent her out a big mixing machine so she could continue on making them out, pumping them out for everyone.
Yeah. Well, it's just a strange thing to be known for, isn't it? Everyone comes here for their scones. It's really odd. Anyway, we're probably not camping here, are we? We're pushing on to Drysdale. But yeah, obviously they've got camping options here. They got the baths as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're just new, I think.
Yeah.
They've only just recently opened up.
Are they like the hot baths, the aquifer baths?
I don't know.
Like the hot tubs at Roamin?
It was like, I think it was maybe $100 or $140, and you get a cheese platter, like a grazing plate and a drink.
And a nice hot bath looking out over the countryside.
Cool.
Yeah. What's it like, buddy?
Oh, so good.
They good?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to stop talking on that, have mine. Oh, they're still warm. Oh, man. Alrighty, well here we are, Drysdale Station. Really good drive in actually. It's probably some of the worst corrugations we come across. They weren't super duper bad really. They were, look at you tucked in your little corner there.
Trying to stay out of the sun.
Anyway, so we're using this place as a little bit of a, what would you call it, like a rest stop before we hit Mitchell Falls, which is going to be stunning. But we're going to come here, chill out for a couple of days, fill up the tanks, fuel up the car, because we are bone dry empty. They got a fuel station here, $2.95 a litre, 138 litre tank, do the math, it's not good. But they got showers and toilets and washing facilities, because we've been off grid for a little while, we need to wash our clothes. What else? Oh, they've got a bar that opens at 4, and also let them know if you're going to stay for dinner. Restaurant here as well, obviously.
I think it's open for lunch too, I saw a sign,
okay.
but they just shut after, from like 2 to 4 or something.
Yeah, I don't really know too much else about this place. We're in the off-grid section, and the guy just goes, just go over there and find a spot. So we went over here and found a spot. And we're quite far away from everybody else, so
there's plenty of space. Yeah, you
flip
don't
you
have
around.
to book spots.
Spots all over the place. And Miranda just said you don't have to book to get here, you just turn up.
I think there's limited power sites too. I can't remember if you had to book those or if it's just first come first serve. I can't remember.
Okay. Font of information. The kids, we haven't seen the kids. They did their little jobs and they took off. They've already made friends. Cam's he's addicted to whips, right? And we turn up and we hear that whoosh. And as soon as we get out, Cam's already made mates with his little whip cracking friend, and they've been gone ever since. And it's funny because that family's got a Robbo as well. Yeah, so kids same age as ours, cracking whips. You can hear it every now and then. It sounds like a gunshot going off. Tell you what though, she was a dusty old drive in, and obviously gravel and corrugations and whatnot. We've had another little bit of a breakage just here. I've covered it up with some duct tape, but that's our compliance plate for the trailer. That's got, you know, the weight and the load rating and the, you know, the tear and the ball weight and the ATM, GTM, all that stuff. That's the, yeah, the compliance plate for the trailer, and that was just all peeled back. So I'm going to need to get a new one of them. I don't really know how you get replacement ones. I suppose you contact the Department of Transport, because that one's I mean, I could straighten it out, but then you're not going to be able to see all the details. It's got the VIN number and the manufacturing date and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so just duct taped him up. Obviously a stone had come up and just peeled it back, and then it's just been getting peppered and smashed. So the rock tamers are meant to stop that sort of stuff from happening. There's actually a mesh insert that goes across here and blocks everything coming from in the middle. And you got like a little hole for all your plugs and your Anderson plug connector and all that sort of stuff. And that stops all this stuff hitting the center of the trailer, because these are great for stopping it hitting the camper and then ricocheting onto the car, but you still get stuff coming through the center here. That mesh stops that. I didn't get time to fit it before we left. I thought I'd packed it and I was gonna fit it when we were on the road. I failed to pack it, so that's my own fault. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to wear that. Anyway, they're still great. They do exactly what I want, other than that center bit. And there's another little whoopsie. You can see that there. Obviously a stone has hit that on the other side and just pushed it straight through. So there's a washer on there, which is meant to stop that, but it must have hit a pretty big stone for that to push that washer through the rubber. So that's just another little fix I'm gonna have to do in the next couple of days. No major drama with that one. Anywho, other than that, it was a great drive in. I love that sort of stuff. Bumps and corrugations and whoopties, and Miranda wasn't a huge fan, obviously, because, you know, she's what, a week out of surgery. So you didn't enjoy it much, did you?
No, it wasn't too bad. It's okay. I think when we hit the falls, though, it's going to be worse. The road's meant to be pretty average, so...
Yep. Fun times. Good morning. We're going to push on today to Mitchell Falls, and me and Miranda were talking last night. It's actually quite expensive to stay here. It's $20 per adult and $10 per kid. So it should have been $60 per night for the whole family. He said, oh, I'll only charge it for one kid, so it was only $50. And it's an extra $25 if you wanted a powered site. So, and if you come here for a powered site with a family of 4, you're looking at $85 for a patch of ground with not really that much to do. We didn't go to the pub. So I can't comment on whether that would be a good experience or not. But anyway, it's great that this place is here. It's a stop on the way to Mitchell Falls where we want to go, and you can fill your car up, fill your tanks up, all that sort of stuff. So it hasn't been a waste, but we're not going to stay the extra night because we'd just be hanging around doing nothing. Be quiet. Trying to do a thing here. Anyway, I love that sound, eh? Sunrise by himself again. So, not entirely sure what we're getting up to. First thing this morning, probably just, yeah, start packing up, I'd imagine. Breakfast, pack up, Mitchell Falls, here we come. Alright, so I've been talking about the virtues of the rock tamers and how they'll stop you smashing your rear windscreen. Well, I guess they're not perfect, eh? That's where the stone stompers are much better, because they cover this entire area. But it could also just be the corrugations at a weak point, a previous chip and it's just gone. If I had that matting in between the two tamers, it probably would have been better, because maybe something's come through the centre and ricocheted off there. I'm not too sure, because I've got no stone chips on the back here, right? So I reckon that was a weak point. It's just the corrugations that have done it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to sort something out here. I don't know what I'm gonna do, whether I'm gonna take it all off or just cover it with some with a tarpaulin and tape it down. I don't know. Anyway, I'll sort something out because we can't keep going like this. Oh, well, I've got to be honest, I could have done without that. It's not pretty at all. This is a tarp that I folded in over the top and just shut it down. We've got our blue tarp, just a cheap blue tarp you get from Bunnings. Cut it to size, stuck a bit on the outside, stuck a bit on the inside, use an entire big thick roll of duct tape. I don't know how it's going to go once we get up to speed. It'll probably all blow out the back. Who knows? Anyway, that is our windscreen for at least the next week, at least until we get to, geez, I don't know, Derby or maybe even Broome. We might have to bypass Broome. Anyway, it's been an eventful couple of days. Helped someone with a shattered tyre on the side of the road. Shattered my own windscreen. The compliance plate on the trailer's gone. Appendicitis. What else happened on this trip? Blew a tyre, had to replace that. The inverter, had to replace that. Probably a bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting there. Anderson plugs. Let me just check. What else has happened?
The list is getting too long to remember.
The list is getting too long to remember.
Flat tire, fog, windscreen shattered.
Still having a good time though. It's better than working. Anyway, I'm hot, I'm bothered. I need the aircon and an icy bowl. These fogs better be worth it, eh? Honestly. Everyone says this road's really bad, and yeah, they're not lying. It's been interesting. It's probably some of the worst corrugations we've hit. Then you get like a really smooth section, and then all of a sudden there's like rocks sticking out the road. So you've really got to have your wits about you. I mean, there's sections where the aerial is just scooting all over the place. Hey, poor Miranda is, you know, in a little bit of pain. Oh, there's one of those rocky sections I was talking about. Yeah. So anyway, if anyone tells you that the road into Mitchell Falls is smooth, don't believe them, because it is probably the worst road we've been on in this entire trip. Sections of the Plenty Highway were pretty bad, but no, this takes the cake. Well, here we are, all set up. I'll show you the windscreen in a minute. Cameron and Jacqueline's little buddies that they made yesterday at Drysdale Roadhouse, they're here as well. They got a Robbo, and kids are happy because they're camped right there. They got a great choice in campers. Right, windscreen. I'm sure that's what everyone wants to know, what's going on. So my little duct tape tarp job sort of held up. I've had to use a little bit more tape. I've actually got no tape left now whatsoever. I've already used 2 extra rolls of electrical tape. It kept most of the dust out. It did leak a little bit because it just came away. I really need some cloth tape or loads of duct tape. But that will do us until we can get some more tape, and what I'll probably do is just keep wrapping it around and around and around, and then I'll put that one over the top. Alright, sorry for that little break in transmission, but our camping buddies had just gotten back, and we've just been talking with them for the last hour and a half or so. They went down to go and check out about the flights, the helicopter flights over Mitchell Falls, because we're gonna walk one way and then fly the other, so you can actually get transferred to the falls and walk out, or walk in and get transferred out. And apparently it's easier coming out. It's more downhill coming out. So I think, especially with the way Miranda's feeling at the moment, we're going to fly in and then we're going to walk out. So this is something the kids have really been looking forward to, taking a helicopter flight for one, and over Mitchell Falls. We might see how Miranda goes. If she sort of gets a little bit of the ways and can't make it, so then she'll just walk back and get transferred out. So yeah, it's only a 6-minute flight, I think, and it's $180 per person, so it's pretty steep, but it's gonna be spectacular. So that's our plan for tomorrow. Our camping buddies, like I said, they just went and checked it out, but they couldn't take any bookings. They were dealing with an emergency at the moment. Someone's fallen or injured themselves or had a heart attack. I'm not too sure what the emergency was, but they had a medical emergency, so they weren't taking any bookings this afternoon. They open at 7. We're going to shoot down there first thing tomorrow morning, discuss it with the office, and then we'll make a plan with what we want to do and how we're going to attack it. Anyway, it's 8.5 kilometre return, I think. Sorry. So it should only be a 4K walkout thereabouts, but it's grade 5, so it's quite a lot of sort of rock hopping and undulating ground and all that sort of stuff. So I'm really hoping that Miranda's going to be able to do it. Anyway, just an evening around the campfire, a couple of drinks and some silly stories. So we'll catch us in the morning. Well, good morning. Really good night's sleep last night. Fantastic company with the other Robbo owners. Kids get on like a dream, and us adults stayed up till not that late, 9:30, laughing and joking and carrying on. Just thought I'd go for a little bit of a wander, see if I can find the walk trail that we're going to be taking today. And I just had to stop and film this, right? Because before I turn around, we were driving for quite a while to get into this site, on gravel and corrugations and river crossings and water crossings and washouts and boulders and rough tracks and all the rest of it. And it staggers me every time. Such a surprise. There's 4 helicopters here that ferry people to and fro the falls, right? So it feels like when you're coming out here, you're in the middle of nowhere. And you are. You're in the Kimberley, right? You are in the middle of nowhere. But there's still helicopters and all the infrastructure to have them running. Fuel bowsers and all that sort of stuff. The pilots must camp around here somewhere as well. Anyway, I just find that such a contrast, right? It's a high-tech machine right there, but you camped in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I just thought that was quite funny. I'll bring the kids down here a little bit later. They're super excited about going on the helicopter ride today. I'm just going to go for a little wander, see if I can find the where the track gets a little bit more difficult on the way to the falls. Because it's class 5, I think I was saying yesterday, which, you know, a class 5 walk is the highest grade, I think. Or I might go to class 6, that's when you've got to start climbing with gear and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it should be interesting, especially for Miranda. Yeah, I'll have to have a little chat with her this morning. I think it might be a good idea for her to fly both ways, to be honest. I'll catch you in a bit. I'm going to get my morning walk out of the way. Alright, so we're all booked on the flight. Just got the lowdown, the flight briefing. Kids are super duper excited. We spoke to, what was he, the pilot or the manager, whatever. Yeah. He's saying it's actually easier to walk there because it's slightly downhill. The falls are below where we are because we're on the top of the Mitchell Plateau at the moment. So we've got 3.5 hours to get there, 4Ks, piece of cake. So we're just walking back to the camper, do a few little bits and bobs, and we'll leave in half an hour or so. That gives us plenty of time to take it easy, go for a swim, enjoy the beauty of the place. We had to get weighed. We got all our gear with us, backpack, water, the whole lot, because they need to take all the passengers' weights. And
yeah, I guess that's a tip. If you're going to book, make sure you've got everyone with you and all your stuff, because they can't book in until they weigh everything. Yeah. On
the day that you fly, so you can't book the day before and then.
I don't know. You can book it online, so I wonder how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, you need to be weighed the day that you're flying. Is what I'm trying to make. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So now I know how much everybody weighs. Should we tell them?
No. That's not.
I mean, she did have boots and a water bottle and fully clothed, you know, so.
It's not accurate.
So normally when we do little walks like this, we tend to sort of spread out. Jacqueline normally falls behind, Cameron's theme's ahead, and me and Miranda are generally somewhere in the middle. And this walk, I said to the kids, like, we're gonna stick together as a family on this one, obviously because Miranda's a little bit uneasy on her feet at the moment. But this is one thing that she always wanted to do, was walk out to Mitchell Falls and do the helicopter ride as well. So there's a woman who will not be stopped.
Right, where there's
rain, hail or shine. Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. And she just reminded me then, technically, we did the El Cuestro Gorge when she had appendicitis. She doesn't have appendicitis anymore because she hasn't got an appendix. What are we? A week and 2 days, 9 days after surgery. Determined, just taking it nice and slow and easy. How's it feel?
It's a bit tender.
It's a bit tender, yeah. Well, once we get there, we can relax. Yeah. And we got like little swimming pools and things that we can do along the way. That little Myrtle Falls that I went to this morning, we can go down and have a swim there and rest. Because we've got heaps of time. Well, it's only 4Ks and we got like 3 hours to get there.
Okay.
So, we've got loads of time. Good. And we're already a K in.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Easy peasy. Ah. Let's get going. past another couple who flew in and they're walking out. And they were saying, once you get to the helicopter zone, just walk to the right-hand side. You can sneak through like a little gap in the rocks, and they reckon you can look right back on the falls. They said it's the best view. The best view you'll get of the falls because you're looking right back at them. So yeah, hot little tip that they gave us, which was awesome. They said most people didn't even go over there. They were just getting off the getting off the helicopter and just hitting the track and walking back. But we've got loads of time up our sleeve. We got about an hour and a half before our flight takes off. I wonder whose flight that is.
I think they're dropping someone off.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go duck in for a little swim in a bit too. Righto, we're coming to our first cliff risk area. So our track is behind us. You see white stones going across the water there.
Whoa! Jeez.
Whoa!
That's
Ooh. Okay, that is as far as I'm going. What do you think of that, Cameron?
deep.
That's a long way down. Oh my lord.
Oh.
Your mum hasn't seen it standing by the edge yet. Just wait for the scream. Far out, man. All I can say is I'm glad you weren't here 2 minutes ago.
Why?
Because me and Cam went really close. Jacqueline,
I want to see.
come back. Yeah, you can see.
I can't see.
Just a sec, Dawn.
Come stand on this one.
Oh, God. That's a long way down.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Can you see all the columns lined up there,
Yeah.
like building blocks?
Very impressive.
Yeah, wow.
That's pretty.
Yeah, and look over here, you've got the waterfall.
She made it.
I made it.
Hey, well done.
I
River
was
crossing was interesting.
Yeah, I was in with all the oldies, so I fit right in because they had to take it real slow.
Yep, there you go. And they
were
none the
slipping
wiser,
everywhere, yeah.
were they?
Yeah, I know, I
Oh,
felt
no.
bad.
So I think if we walk over this way, we'll be able to get a view of the falls because that's where the helicopter takes off.
Okay,
And that couple gave us the hot tip. Go to the right.
Yeah,
Just
and
keep
just
walking.
follow it.
Keep following it. So let's go see if we can check that out, eh?
Cool.
Let's go. As to be expected, absolutely spectacular. And we're going to fly over it in a helicopter in about 15 minutes. awesome. What do you think, Jacqueline? High five? Yeah. Come on. Just got back from a speedy drive. Tested out my new windscreen. Had to redo it, it all fell apart. I've used cloth tape this time. Ken, my fellow Robbo owner, had a massive roll of cloth tape and I used a whole lot. And the inside is nice and dust free. Folded it around the corner. You can see exactly where the door seal has come to. Okay. Inside's dust free. Outside, dusty as hell. Alright, job done. I feel much happier now because that duct tape with the heat, it just all fell apart and fell off and we got a load of dust in there, but we're all good now. Hey guys, look, I just wanted to quickly touch base. We're having a blast with our new friends, fellow Robbo owners. They're great, the kids get along well, us parents get along well. We've turned the cameras off all afternoon, we've just been chilling, having a great time. We're having an evening again around by the campfire, a few drinks, silly stories, some laughs. We're just starting to prepare dinner now. Devil's sausages, Cameron is whipping it up, he's doing a great job. From a packet. She's teaching him bad habits, I tell you. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of this episode. Mitchell Falls was amazing, spectacular, all the rest of it. If you've enjoyed the episode, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I always say we're headed to Manning Gorge tomorrow. That will be next week's episode. Catch you then. See ya.